Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for Channel of Disturbance. This is a T29, it's a Tier 7 American heavy tank. It's located on the assault team on Karelia Assault, and it's under the command of the BassmanFromHell. He's just waiting for the clock to tick down, then he's got 10 minutes to win the game. Okay, off they go. Well, the T29, one of the series of heavy tanks that the Americans investigated, including the T30, the T32 and the T34, all with different guns but basically the same sort of tank. He's armed with the 105mm gun with 320 alpha, penetrating 198mm of armour with standard AP, and it's a bit of a squeeze getting up this part here. That's because he's not being given much room by the IS-2 in his fancy Christmas livery. Now this replay is back from 2019, or was it 2018? It's a fair time ago. I think it's 2019 actually, halfway through 2019. It's one of the replays that got delayed, that's the correct word, because Wargaming kept changing the client and they left me with a huge number of replays which I couldn't get done in time. Anyway, it looks like the enemy has actually got a scout in the middle of the swamp, an EBR Hotchkiss, and he's probably spotting for his team to defend against our guys who are moving up. Well, the M4 just took a big hit from the IS-2. The IS-2's got the 122mm gun. I think that's actually the Chinese IS-2. I would suspect it is. Can't be sure. The standard IS-2 comes in the premium livery, if it is the premium one. Oh, and there goes the Fifi. Our Fifi kills the M4. But there are still some enemy tanks out in the swamp, including an AMX ELC this time. Now, is he going to decide to take out one of those? Yes, there goes. Kill the Hotchkiss. It's a... Oh, yes! Love it! Love it! Those things should not be in the game and they have to be eradicated. Now, a lot of people have criticised me for holding those views and said, well, yes, people say the same thing about Arty. But the point is that artillery does have a place in the game. It did have a place in proper warfare, but wheeled vehicles were not more powerful than tanks, and that's what unfortunately Wargaming has done. They've made these vehicles more powerful. There goes the Bishop, and the next one's going to be that Panzer T29 because he really hasn't protected himself from fire. One more shot. He was seen, so he's pulled back. I don't think he needs to pull back very far, but enough so that he goes unsighted. Okay, Panzer T29 is dead. He did get hit by the M10 RBFM, 76mm round, 120 hit points of damage. Okay, so he knows he's got to deal with that M10, and he knows where he is. He's in that, just around the corner of that rock. And for him to get the shot, he must have been poking out. So the only place he can be poking out is through the bush. So if we look closely enough, there you go. He's got to be somewhere there. I'd say very close to the rock. So he's going to fire another round at that rock. He's got plenty of ammo using standard AP. If the M10 was poking out, I don't think he actually hit him there because I see the ground was kicked up behind it. But he's got to be looking, otherwise he'll get hit. If he doesn't look, then obviously Sixth Sense is not going off, so he's not being spotted at the moment. Okay, he could move up by going over the cliff, and well, he needs to because they're actually down on kills at the moment. They're one down on the enemy, and we're coming up to the, well, it's past 6 minutes already. Of course, that's the good thing about the assault battle. It does sort of like force you to actually act. You can't sort of like procrastinate at all. You have to work and work hard to get to that cap or kill all the enemy. It does make you take risks, but they are acceptable risks. Yes, he was spotted. Somebody in the swamp, I think, is spotting him. And it may be that Crusader, or it may be somebody a bit further over. But he's staying here just for a second to go unsighted again. Will his sixth sense go off when he pulls back? No. Ah, but he gets hit by the enemy Arty. The SU-8, but it's only a track. No damage, just other than the track. Okay, he used his first aid kit though, that's the problem. Ah, that's what was spotting him. It was the Crusader, and he is down in the swamp. Nice shot! Direct hit for 288 there. Now just go over the cliff edge and move forward. There he is. That's the T67. One shot into him. Took a round from an IS. But can use this rock for cover. There goes the T67. We know where the IS is. Go around the rocks. He blocked a shot there from the M10. And looks like the M10's decided to move up, which is probably a bad move. Auto-aimed on. Takes him out of the game, but takes him around from the IS. That was a bit expensive though. 404 hit points off that shot. Can only see the front quarter. That's it. Pull back behind the wreck. Fire a round in. Takes another round, this time from the Fifi. And the IS is starting to get hit by Arty, but he wasn't damaged in that shot. The Fifi's tried again. 410, which means he's firing HE, but it didn't pen and didn't do any damage. But the Fifi's fired in again, and he's been asked to platoon with the Fifi on his own team. They both got at least 3 kills. SU-8 fires another one in. There's only 3 minutes 34 seconds left on the clock. He needs to get a move on. They must get past this IS, or at least closer to him. And the best way again to do that would be to go over into this dip. But in order to do that, you have to do 2 steps. You have to go over the first edge and then over into the dip, and then you can move up on the IS for his blind quarter. He can't stay here for long. There's only 4 enemies left, but they do have the advantage now. No. Oh, he's going to take the risk and go all the way down. And he didn't suffer any... Oh, he did suffer damage. 22 hit points. That's what I was worried about. You take some damage from actually going over the edge. And the IS is coming up to the lip of the canyon. That's bad news for him. He did get hit, but no damage by us. Did suffer damage when he went over the lip as well. He's been tracked. That's a kill. And he's completed his mission, whatever his mission was. Now he's just to get... What was it? 2,000 hit points of damage. Well, he's got that apparently. So it's just a matter now of getting to the cap and finish the game. There's only 3 enemies remaining. A P43 Biz, an SU-8 and the Fifi. There's the SU-8. He's making a run for it in the north end. He's met the SU-122A and he's shotgunned out of existence by an SU-122A who must have had the 152mm. But that's the 2-minute hooter. And remember, it takes 1 minute 40 to cap out on your own in this game. The P43 Biz is last seen in the northeast corner of the map. So Bassman needs to get behind the rock to cover himself. And he needs the assistance of the SU-122A to cap out, to force the cap. We haven't seen the Fifi, but I suspect that he's behind that ridgeline. There goes the SU-122. 2 in the cap. That's going to force it. He has to come out. If he doesn't come out, he's accepting the loss. SU-122 hides behind the rock on that side. Our Fifi's coming up to join. Bassman could platoon. He's got a top gun after that last kill he managed to get. The IS. He could platoon. If he does platoon, he ends up with the brothers in arms as well. There's the P43 Biz. And there's not enough time for the enemy to get a reset unless the Fifi fires around in. The P43 Biz just got hit by the our Fifi. Oh, Bassman's taking a risk. And the clock runs out to get the victory just as he pokes the corner. Now, he could have got reset, but he didn't. and they've won the game. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it was a second-class tanker for the BassmanFromHell and T29. He got a duelist badge for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, a fight for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, and a hand of gold for surviving the battle, having received damage from 4 different enemies. He got a high caliber, 2 battle heroes, but high caliber for getting the highest damage in the game, and a top gun for getting at least 6 kills in the game, and his win rate from that battle was 4,195. He could have had a Brothers in Arms as well, but for some reason he just didn't hit the button. All he had to do was just accept, and that would have meant a Brothers in Arms as well. That would have been quite nice. Let's have a look at the team score. He did get the highest damage in the game, 2,343 hit points of damage. The next highest scorer was 1575. That was the P43 Biz, who stayed alive until the end of the game. And the next high score after that was the enemy IS with 1,148. I think he did make a bit of a mistake actually coming over the lip of that crater because he lost a huge amount of hit points compared to Bassman when he went over the edge. And in fact, actually the best way to do that is actually to go over in stages. If you drop to 1 level, because there was an area just to the right, if he'd gone over to that 1 level first, he wouldn't have suffered any damage when he went down into the 2nd level, down into the dip. Whereas the IS went right over the top and suffered a big fall, which actually lost a huge amount of damage, and it made him an easy shot for the Bassman. When it came to kills, of course, it's Bassman with 6 kills, 2/5 of the enemy team. The Fifi on our own team managed 3 kills. They could have had the Brothers in Arms, and that would have been 9 kills between them. That's 3/5 of the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it was the Bassman again with 922 base experience points, 734 to the Hummel, 658 to the Fifi. He fired 18 rounds, got 12 direct hits and 10 penetrations. It's a decent gun, the 105mm on the T29. 2,343 hit points, of which 1,248 were at more than 300 meters. Received 6 hits from the enemy, 3 of which were penetrations, 2 non-penetrations, and 4 by way of splash damage. All of those came from the Fifi. The penetrations, well, one of those, I think, or is it 2 of those, came from the M10, and another one came from the IS. He blocked damage of 115 hit points. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 6, and did 462 hit points of damage assist. Plus he got 57 cap points whilst in the cap. On a premium count, he earned 39,164 credits, but after repair, ammunition, resupply, and consumables, and yes, the consumables actually cost him here, because if he hadn't had those consumables, he would have ended up with a lot more. 5,145 credits loss, I'm afraid, for that game. But he did get 2 bonds for the battle heroes, 1,383 XP times 2 for the first victory, 2,766 for holding ops, and took away 5,532 altogether. He said, my arms got stretched by carrying this team. Well, yes, it would have been very, very nice actually if you got the Brothers in Arms, but you were the only one really pushing towards the cap to get in. And well, lovely shotgun there by that SU-122 driver on the enemy SU-8, and normally it's the other way around because the SU-8 is quite a fast little arty. This one's quite slow, but he did shotgun that SU-8 as he was trying to get away from the cap area to leave somebody alive at the end, on the presumption that there couldn't be a cap out, and just got shotgunned out of existence by our little SU-122A. So well done to that player. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. And thank you for watching.